We'll start this under the granny tree. It's not as much on it as there used to be. Still a wonderful specimen though. Amazing specimen too. Now, see, it's been cut down. Now, if you look over there, you see beech trees there, and over there you see beech trees there. So originally this one here was right up, but branches from it went straight to the ground and then rooted and went back up there, and over here, there. Last year this was about 12 foot tall, lots of wildlife on it. They've cut it down because it was getting dodgy. And they've chucked it all in there so the wildlife can get at it. Over there is another dead tree. They can't cut it down because of the bats, but if it falls on someone they're liable, hence it's fenced off. I think that's enough dendrology for this video, isn't it? Right, now here's a couple of clips I did a while ago. Right, they're actually rebuilding Waller's Grove. They're not just resurfacing it for it to crack up, they're actually replacing the foundation as well, so they're actually doing it properly. Our Labour councillors are going to try and take credit for it. Actually that's what they're doing, they're trying to claim credit, but it's actually the Tory County Council who are doing it. I did bring this up a while ago on another video, and it's good that they're actually doing it properly. Yeah, this is the old cattle yard I'm at. A lot of people like coming here and with their cans of Tisky and all that stuff and getting half cut. And as you can see, I mean, there's always lots of rubbish around here, and so I keep having to report all this rubbish being around here. You know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, when I was younger, it's the kind of place I'd choose to come and have a few tinnies, but there you go. So I'm not, you know, it's just that they leave all this rubbish behind, and so keep on having reports to get rid of it. At least they're putting them in bags now. They're not strewn all over the place. But there you go. Now, one of the things that happened is the care home at Tolfasta Road, Suffolk County Council weren't happy with the care, and Ipswich Labour tried to blame Suffolk County Council when it was Suffolk County Council who raised the problems. But it's horrible how they claim to be so lovely and scare people into thinking their relatives aren't being looked after properly. Right, now that's more up-to-date stuff. Right, now the old kitchen behind me had a fire just start of Halloween, and it's being renovated to prepare for the fire, and it should be opening in the next sort of 6 weeks or so. Alright, now bins on the pavement. Now I was going to ask a question to Ed Miliband's candidate, but the officers had me ask Councillor Smart instead. Here's the clip at full council as well.
And this is how up to Councillor Smart. What is being done about all these being on the pavement in streets in the London Road area? Councillor Smart.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm pleased to be able to inform Mr. Algar that considerable work has gone on with residents through a community engagement exercise in this area to encourage them to remove their wheelie bins from the street where possible after collection day. And this has even extended to putting stickers rather simple things, say, please don't leave me on the street, onto the bins themselves as a reminder.
Thank you. Councillor Al, Mr. Alba, have you ever supplemented? Thank you for your very concise response. I was going to ask if you knew that bins on payment are knocking 30% of value of properties. If not, say yes on that. Thank you. Mr. Councillor Smart,
I'm not surprised that we get a question that reflects more of an interest in property values than anything else in terms of local amenity. But there's all sorts of things, things on pavement, lighting, waste, all these things are enforcement issues that affect people's quality of life. What we have to do is try and enforce the situation sensitively. Not everybody has the ability to store their bins out of the street, and therefore we have to apply a bit of a common sense test and approach as to whether they've tried as far as possible to move it to the edge of the pavement without causing obstruction. People who cause them obstruction, they will be eventually the enforcement action taken against them, but the actual presence of a bin is something that we just have to make a judgment about whether it's feasible to remove it or not.
Cool. Blast. Any bothered about the value of his house being affected? I mean, if it affects one part of town, it affects the whole lot. I mean, property prices are like that. If one area is lowered by 30%, then the area next to it is also. I mean, anyway. Another thing that's interesting about the reply was he was obviously expecting the supplementary to be along the lines of, well, if you've got all these procedures in place, why have there been bins on the pavement in the London Rid area for the last 5 or 6 years or something? And the reply basically was a long-winded way of saying we don't care about Gipping Ward, but we knew they didn't care anyway. So I'll end this by saying that in the borough elections, if you want a hard-working borough councillor, then you should vote Conservative. In the general election, if you want a hard-working MP, then vote for Ben Gummer. He's very hard-working MP for Ipswich. So in both elections, vote Conservative, vote for Ben Gummer. Okay.